Those were for you. Those were for you. All right, everybody's ready? Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. So for those of you guys that don't know me, my name is Mandi Rose. I'm 25 years old from Los Angeles, California, but currently I'm in Miami. It's 9 p.m. in the East Coast, right? 6 p.m. in the West. And I'm just blessed to be here, you guys, because when I got started, I knew about crypto, I knew about Bitcoin, but I didn't know about this platform. And I had a buddy of mine that completely changed his life. He went from eating cup of noodles and kind of being a little bit of a bum, right, to completely elevating his life. I saw him just make a ton of money in front of my eyes, and I watched him and I wondered for a really long time. But I was already stuck in a situation where I didn't really think that I could add anything new to my life. I didn't think that I could trade. I didn't think that I was smart enough. I didn't think that I was good enough. I definitely did not have enough money. And yeah, cup of noodles is fire. I agree, Ruben, right? I'm not hating on it, but I definitely wanted to set myself apart, right? To be different. Everybody type different in the chat, because the platform that we have in front of us and the services that we have, they're different. And if you just got started with DCX, the package, the add-on, my goal here today is to help you maximize your results. See, I actually had the ability to invest in Bitcoin back when it was about $6,000 a coin. I put 500 bucks in it, made a couple grand, pulled it out and put it into my student debt. I was $100,000 in debt for school. I did a master's program, I did a bachelor's program, and guys, like, I really never learned about how to maximize my money, how to make my money work for me, how to duplicate my money. And then when I saw what happened to Bitcoin, I went, damn, I slept. Yeah, right. I was uneducated, right? So here I'm gonna really help you guys to be a little bit different and get educated with DCX. I'm gonna give you a complete guide on how to operate Swipecoin. And like I said before, I really wanna just use this call to help you maximize your results, because this is the best place to learn about crypto. Like, hands down, everybody write the best, right? The best in the chat, because this is top line, the best place that you can learn about cryptocurrency. But before we get started, I always like to start my calls with an intention. And then at the end of the call, I'm gonna give you a call to action, meaning I'm gonna give you steps so that you can actually implement this stuff and make money. But everybody's here because they want to be rich, right? Everybody's here because they want to take their life to the next level. Maybe you're doing this for your parents. Maybe you're doing this for yourself. Maybe you just want to be different and you want to be the best. And if you're here on this call today, then you've already positioned yourself to be the best. And so my intention on this call is to really help you guys maximize your results and help you make a bag, right? And that's really what we're doing here, is we're learning about how to make a bag. But I want you to ask yourself a question that Jason Brown actually asked me when I met him in person. He told me, Mandi, why are you doing this? And when he asked me that, it's like all of us say we know what our why is, we know the reason we got started, but I want you on this call to set specific SMART goals. In college, they teach you about SMART goals. Every letter means something. So it means specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely goals. And so I have two different types of goals. And once again, this is something I took from Jason Brown. I asked him this in the hallway. I said, okay, well, if I'm be setting these goals, how should I start? He said to set two types of goals. He said to set a target goal, right? Which is your floor. This is worst case scenario. This is the goal that you got to hit, you have to hit. And then he said to set a reach goal, a more aggressive goal, something bigger, right? And ask yourself, if you're not where you want to be right now with trading, right? How much are you willing to give to get yourself to that level? Like my guy, Ruben, that's on this call right now, he has like 7 screens in his office, right? So I already know that, like, after 2 or 3, Karen, who's also in my business, oh, he has 6. She was probably like, yo, that's enough. But he was willing to keep like adding, right? So he could take himself to the next level. And ask yourself, what are you really willing to do to get the result that you want? I want everybody to type in the chat something you're willing to give up to go up with your trading. Something that you're willing to give up in your life right now for a season to go up for your trading, okay? People put time, friends, my job, sleep, parties, alcohol, going out, TV, fire. All right, now, I want you guys to start with a mindset, right? Before I get into actually teaching you about what crypto is, Bitcoin, all of that, that when you lose a trade, because you will, you don't lose, you learn. And so every time, type a 7 in the chat you've ever lost a trade. Type a 7 in the chat you've ever lost a trade. This guy said whatever it takes. I like that attitude. I like that attitude. All right, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Right. Now type an 8 in the chat if you've ever won a trade. Cool, cool, cool. So now with those losses, you needed to lose to learn. So we never really lose, guys. We just learn. And so this is going to be an intro to Bitcoin, but it's also going to be a complete overview of the training that Nick Gomez gave us at the leadership event. Because to be real with you, it was an event where only Platinum 1000s and above could attend. But I felt like every single person in my business, let alone every single person in, Life by Design, should really have sat through this training, because it was very real and it was very raw and it was very informative. So we're going to get straight to it. I took a lot of notes. And, I took his slides. I went up to Nick Gomez after. I hit him up and I was like, yo, I need those slides. So these are his slides, and I'm just going to retrain, right? I'm a student to the game, you guys. I'll be real. I've made the most money with crypto, but it's the one type of trading that I still got to work on. I still got to learn about. So first off is what is Bitcoin? This is something that, I was very gullible. I thought like Bitcoin was like an actual coin. Like you could like go pick it up from the store. But it's not. It's a decentralized way to really like go through payments, right? So it's a first decentralized peer-to-peer payment network. So there's really no Bitcoin. You might see people with like the little Bitcoins, right? I know Alyssa has one, but a Bitcoin can't be held. It's not tangible. But in simple words, Bitcoin is an open source software to transfer money over the internet, right? From person to person. And it was created in 2008. I actually heard about it in 2009 and slept. I thought it was a scam, right? And I definitely was skeptical, but you really can't be skeptical and broke at the same time. So guys, this was created in 2008 by a guy named Satoshi Nakamoto. And this system is ran by a decentralized network of computers that are all around the world that keep track of all of the Bitcoin transactions. All right. So one Bitcoin is equal to $50,000 USD. This is actually this is a little outdated, but these are his older slides. I think right now, somebody type in the chat what Bitcoin is at, like 63, 62. I haven't really checked on it lately. But if you know, type it in the chat. So the supply of Bitcoin is fixed at, 37K. No way. Oh, it's down. Everybody buy. All right, so the supply of Bitcoin is fixed at only 21 million, and each coin can be divided into pieces that are called Satoshis. And this is something I didn't even know. I really thought, you could buy a Bitcoin. But currently right now, there are close to 18 million coins in circulation, and we are soon approaching the cap. So the cap is 21 million, guys. So a lot of people will ask me, Mandi, is it too late to get in? Mandi, can I still invest? Yes, of course. But a Bitcoin can actually be broken down, guys. So even you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. You can break it down into 8 decimals. So for example, you can break it down into pieces and just invest, a little bit at a time, right? So before we actually get into, hold on, I got someone blowing up my phone. Before we actually get into, using the swipe point scalper, using cryptocurrency and trading with the platform, I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about the mindset, because it really is true when people say they're like, crypto or Forex trading, it's 90% mindset and 10% skill. You'll hear some people say like it's 80% mindset and 20% skill. And I completely agree. If you are scared or reluctant or you have anxiety or panic or any of these emotions, then you will lose the trade. You've already lost going into it, and it's this thing where, in anything in life, when you go in and you're like already panicked and you're already negative, then you're going to get a negative result. But if you go in and you're calm and you know that your stop loss, you're not over leveraging, then you're not going to have to go through all of these terrible emotions that happen in the beginning of trading. So if you're brand new on the call right now, realize patience is key. Patience is a virtue, and you got to trust your analysis. I'm going to be real. Whenever anybody's ever panicking over a trade, you over leveraged. So you want to understand risk management. Even if you're a vet or a rookie on this call, you have to understand risk management. You have to, right? And so you'll go from a stage where you're here, right, in disbelief. You know, you think that, you know, something's going to go wrong, and then, you know, you realize it's kind of real. You have optimism, you have belief, you have thrill, euphoria, and then you have a little bit of complacency. You got a little bit of anxiety, denial, panic. This is literally how the market will make you go. And in the beginning, I didn't understand this because I wasn't seasoned yet. But the moment that I started to really implement this into my trading journey, I started getting the better results, right? I started getting better results. So before, I'm going to jump into talking about the scalper and swipe coin, but I want you guys to realize if you're on this call right now and you're broke, let's just be real. If you're broke as a joke, you know, and you're balling on a budget, it's okay. But the way that you could actually make money is, you know, when I came into this business, I didn't even know that there was a business side to this business. I didn't know that the more people you impacted with this information, the more income you could generate. But when I started to impact other people with this information and I started to build the business, I hit P150, P600, P1000, it really was a blessing to me because when I built up the business and I ranked up, I now had capital. And when you have capital, you can make more money trading. When you're trading on a 0.01, trading is not that fun. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, making 7 cents, 15 cents, 61 cents, $2, $4, it really doesn't do it for me. But when I started to have that extra $100, $200, $300 from Christopher Terry, just because I put my people onto this, I started to put it into my MT4. And what happens is you can profit on your MT4 with the swipe coin scalper. You can day trade to compound your money over time. And then now that you have a bigger capital, you can then long-term invest into digital assets. And so I want you guys to think bigger on this call. I want you to really think about not only day trading, but investing and building up a portfolio, right? Building up a portfolio, which is something I didn't do for months within getting into this opportunity. So swipe coin, right? Which is an add-on that's when you have DCX, swipe coin comes with it. When you don't have DCX, you want to purchase swipe coin. Swipe coin is absolutely amazing. And it offers you so many things, guys. It offers you knowledge, obviously, right? But it offers you the ability to copy and paste signals from different cryptocurrencies and trade. It gives you trade updates, modifications. It gives you the scalper tool, crypto news, and it gives you fast start videos. And obviously it's giving you results. Now, this is one of the most powerful tools, guys, that DCX has, and you want to utilize this tool to take your trading to the next level, right? You want to utilize this tool to really help you to make money, to make your money, make more money. The scalper, if you guys don't really understand it, and we're going to go over it in a second, is an algorithm. And what it is it's meant to scalp the market, right? So it uses MAs and Bollinger Bands, and we're looking for breaks in momentum. And statistically, right, the scalper is about 75 to 85% accurate if you know how to use it. So this is absolutely insane. Swipe coin 2020 results, we had 206 wins and 41 losses. We caught a total of 62,000 pips. That's an 83% accuracy, right? Now, if you really look at the past, right, what swipe coin has done, you are catching so many pips off of these tools that I think it's crazy when people are not utilizing them. And so I want you guys to really have a 1-year mentality when you come into this, but write this in the chat. Be a product of the product, right? Product of the product in the chat. If you're not using the products, you can't make money. And I want everybody to write product of the product in the chat, because when I started using the products, I started yielding results. But when you're not utilizing the products and you're seeing TP1 hit, TP2 hit, TP3 hit, you're not understanding what that means because you're not in the trade. You have to get in the trade and become a product of the product. So realize that we're getting extreme results. Very, 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 very above average results. With Bitcoin alone, we had in 2020, we have 111 wins, 25 losses, and 81% accuracy, about almost 50,000 pips. The scalper caught about 43,000 pips. And with XRP, which are mostly trades that Nick Gomez is sending out, he had 95 wins, 16 losses, and 85% accuracy. So total pips, we caught over 100,000 pips, but you got to be a product of the product, right? So with swipe coin, guys, you have an app, and then you have the actual add-on that you can utilize online. But guys, what I love about the scalper and what I love about swipe coin is that With the scalper, like I said, you're about 75 to 85% accurate if you know how to use it. What I love about algorithms, and you got to realize this, is that when regular people are calling out trades, they're emotional. Everybody's emotional, right? But the scalper, when you are actually using it, when you're actually using the artificial intelligence that we have, they're not emotional. They're not traders. The scalper is a robot. Okay, so it's giving you positions on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it's taking, with the scalper, you have to realize we're taking less trades and profiting a little bit more. And so with the scalper, you're taking faster trades, and you're trying to catch anywhere between 120 to 500 pips at a time. You know, it's different than when you're actually taking some of the trades from Go Live, right? So maybe you're trying to catch thousands of pips. The scalper are fast wins, right? If you think of scalping in the stock market, it's in and out. Right? And I always compare like HFX to scalping in the stock market. And people have to realize that when you are actually using, the swipe coin scalper, you're literally scalping for a smaller win of 120 to about 500 pips. So when you're utilizing the app, guys, the first screen that you're going to get when you're using swipe coin is the one on the far left, right? And it's showing you the actual chart. He's marked up multiple take profits. That's what the green lines represent. The red line is representing the stop loss. He's showing you the entry point. And when you click on that, you can actually see the actual trade. Now, my team, we've created a culture of like, when you get a swipe coin trade, everybody's sending it because we understand how accurate that this is. So it's telling you the trade that you're taking, XRP USD. It's telling you that the time frame. It's telling you if you're buying or selling, and it's giving you the entry price. Now, when I first got started, what really used to confuse me was that it was giving me 2 entry points. Type a 1 in the chat if that confuses you a little bit on why there's 2 entry points. And be honest, if it doesn't confuse you, don't respond. But if it confuses you just a little bit on why there's 2 entry points, okay, fire. Okay, so what I'll do is, you want to mark up zones on your phone. So everybody on this call should have MT4 if you're using swipe coin. So if I was to enter a trade on, let's say, Ripple, and there was 2 entry points, when you actually open up your chart looks a little bit like this, right? And if you guys go and you click right here on your chart, you click right here on your chart, there's like a couple shapes. You'll see that there's something that'll give you these lines, these objects, which is this line. And you can actually mark up the zone. Now, what I love about those lines is when you're here, you can just tap it once you've actually clicked on the line, and you hold that line down. You'll just hold it down and you'll click properties. You'll click properties. And then you're gonna mark up the zones by putting the 2 entries that they said. So if one of my entries, if you go to where it says point right here, point, right? And you're putting in 1 entry. Well, let's say 1 entry was, this one says 57, and the other one was 56. You would draw 2 lines, and let's just say that these were your zones. That means that when the market gets in between, anywhere in between those 2 zones, right? Exactly. If the market gets anywhere in between those 2 zones, those are where you're trying to get in. Now, a lot of people with crypto will make the mistake of getting in too late or too early. Guys, let me give you this advice right now. You'd rather be in no trade than a late trade. Think about getting on a late train, right? You'd rather miss it and get to the next train. You can't just jump on the train while it's moving. So you really want to make sure that you're marking up these zones. So let's say that the swipe coin app was calling out a sell in between these 2 zones. Everybody sees the 2 green lines? I would go on to my MT4 and mark up these 2 zones based on the 2 points that it gave me. And when the market gets in between these zones, if it was a sell, obviously we want to buy low and we want to sell high. Everybody type buy low in the chat. Type buy low in the chat. Okay? This is something we all need to understand. Now, everybody type sell high in the chat. Type sell high in the chat. Now, the reason I had you write that is because when you're trading anything and you hear someone say, get in at 57 or low, they're insinuating that it's a buy. If they're telling you to get in at 59 or higher, they're calling out a sell. So if you were going in for a sell on this trade, right? Let's say that for XRP, you were going in for a sell and these were your 2 zones. Obviously, the better entry would be the top zone, right? That would be the better entry. However, when they're calling out a trade, they're telling you, look, if you get in anywhere between entry 1 and entry 2, you're still valid to take the trade. I didn't understand this when I first got started, so I used to get in a bunch of late trades, and then I'd be pissed off at Nick Gomez. I'm like, yo, Nick Gomez is cap. Like, Nick Gomez be calling out the trades late, right? And I was upset because I didn't really understand that there were 2 entry points, and that's the same thing with the take profits. You want to make sure if there's 2 take profits, you're entering at both take profit, because take profit 1 is going to give you the first take profit, and the second one is going to give you the second point where you can actually make money. So you guys really want to pay attention when you're getting these signals to when they were sent out, if they're still valid. If they're not valid, you don't want to take them. And I understand for the brand new person, this can be a little bit confusing, but that's why you have to practice marking up your zones so that you'll know when to get in and when to get out, and pay attention to all of the updates. They're sending you a ton of updates here, and they're showing you, when it's over 100 pips. I used to be the type of person that he would say like, oh, it's take profit 1. And I was like, nah, I could still get in. You don't want to do that. Okay. You want to make sure that you're paying attention. So when your receipt, how do you know if it's still valid? That's a good question. Going back to here, if it's already played out and it's already come to that zone and then shot down, then it's no longer valid. But you want to pay attention to 2 things. Number 1, if it got into that entry zone, and number 2, if there's any updates on SwipeCoin that have told you that the trade has hit take profit. So you really have to pay attention to making sure that you're not getting in the trade late, and that you're actually paying attention to the updates that they're sending you on SwipeCoin. So that was and yeah, he has a chat as well. If you guys are not in those chats, amazing. Thank you, Marissa. I appreciate you. Marissa just sent you the chat in the chat box right here. Make sure you're in that chat so that you can be aware when he sends updates and notifications. You want to make sure that you're paying attention, guys. To be real, like, I think it's very silly when people are like, well, I didn't see it, or, well, how would I know? Like, bro, like, if you had $100 right there, would you just leave it? Nah, you'd pay attention to it. You'd make sure that you kept your eye on it. So like, if you're putting money up on these trades, you can't just forget it. And if you're the type of person like me to get distracted very easily, set a timer. But as long as you have a stop loss and as long as you have a take profit, you should be good, guys. You should be good. Okay. Now, I want you guys, like I said, to just really pay attention to news and results. That's what I love about SwipeCoin and DCX, is they really keep you updated on news and results. And guys, like, being educated is so underrated. You got to remain a student. Everybody type the word student in the chat. You got to remain a student when it comes to this stuff. You can't expect that you're going to join and then tomorrow you're going to be a master, bro. Like, I've been doing this for a year and I'm still learning. Like, I'm still a student. And the people that really hit 6 figures in their trading account are the people that are students. I don't know if you guys know this about Nick Gomez, but Nick Gomez actually got started in this academy about 5 years ago. And he was a network marketer for 3 years prior. And so he was doing network marketing. He's been doing network marketing for about 8 years, but 3 years into his network marketing experience, he came across this platform, and then he became a cryptocurrency master with this information. And he didn't just get the knowledge, he remained a student. So you guys want to be sure to remain a student. You want to be sure to utilize the tool. All right, so let's talk about the scalper. Okay, the SwipeCoin Scalper is incredible, guys. It identifies potential breakouts in the markets on lower time frames. So this is something that I said to you guys earlier. We're not trying to go for the big wins right now. We're trying to go for the faster trades, the 120 to the 500 pips. And by you getting positions on the scalper, you're getting 2 different types of pairs. You're getting Bitcoin and you're getting Ethereum. And you don't want to take every single trade. You want to take less trades and profit more. And when you're utilizing the scalper, there's really 3 different steps. And if you guys actually go on to DCX, onto SwipeCoin under strategies in your im.center, when you go there, it'll show you these 3 rules. And if you don't have this, take a screenshot of it, right? Make sure that you understand these 3 steps, study them. Crypto Picasso has an amazing, amazing video on SwipeCoin under strategies, where he breaks down all of this stuff really simplified. And that's how I learned. That's how I really understood this stuff. I'm really just reteaching you guys stuff that I was taught because I remained a student. But what's cool is that I love about the scalper is that, you know, Nick Gomez, he goes to sleep. Jason Brown, he goes to sleep. Curtis Cobain, he goes to sleep. The SwipeCoin scalper can be used 24/7. So there's 3 rules, right? There's 3 steps. A lot of us that are on this call, we're making money off of SwipeCoin, the app, but we're not utilizing the Scalper. And because you're not utilizing the Scalper, you're getting big wins on the SwipeCoin app, but you're not capitalizing on the fast little small wins that can give you a big profit utilizing the Scalper. So there's 3 different steps, and I want you guys to write these down. Can you show me where the Scalper video is located? Yes, I can. Give me 1 second. So I want you guys to write these things down, and I want you guys to make sure that you understand these 3 steps after this call. And my call to action, my homework for you guys today is I'm going to show you where to find that video, and I want you to study it. And after you study it, the best way to learn it is to utilize it and then teach it so that you can be profitable and you can actually make money in this market. So step 1 is extremely easy. You want to change from candlesticks, right, to lines, okay? Step 2 is you want to spot a break and close of structure, which is support and resistance. For those of you guys that are brand new on this call, support are your floors, okay? Support are your floors. Resistance are your ceilings. Now, what does that mean? That means right now, if I stand up in this room, right, my support is the floor that I'm standing on, and the resistance is the ceiling that's very high in this room right now. Right? So my resistance, it's up there. My support, it's down there. Okay? So when you are in the market, it's the same thing, you guys. And I think that trading, it looks so scary when you look at it. But if you really just dive deep into the basics, like you're just looking for a break in either the floor or the ceiling of the market. So step 2 is really just being able to learn about support and resistance and spot a break. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that right now. And then step 3 is there's a 50 EMA yellow line, and it has to be under price for a buy, and it has to be above price for a sell. And once you complete these steps, the idea is valid for a potential entry, so you could actually get into the trade. So you really want to make sure that you're utilizing SwipeCoin in the right way, because the Scalper is going to tell you the level that you can actually spot, waiting for the break and close. And so you're waiting for that on a 15-minute time frame. Now, someone asked if I could show them where to find that video. I got you. So what you'll do is you're going to go to im.center. You're going to scroll down, right, to where it says SwipeCoin. There's the apps, and then there's the actual Scalper. Okay. And then when you're here, right, there's a couple different things. You're going to see the strategies are the original, the smooths. You have all the scanners, right? This is telling you when to buy, when to sell. This is giving you the actual trades, right? If you want to switch it over to Ethereum, right? And so you guys want to make sure that you're coming over here and you're actually utilizing, wait, hold on. Where is, sheesh. Your guys' heads keep getting in my way from the, no, go back. Hold on. Top right. I know. Everybody's head's in my way. Right here, no CJ? Oh, I logged out. Damn. Jeez. It's the question mark. Yo, what's good? What's going on? Videos are also under the My SwipeCoin app. Yo, guys, I fucking logged. Oh, sorry for cussing. I logged myself out of the account that I was using. And I don't have mine saved. I don't even know my freaking password. Yo, hold on. Technical difficulties. No cap. Go back to the products and click Scalper. This training is fire. Give me a second, guys. Yo, I always have like the chat box and your guys' face on my thing right here. Oh, here we go. And I've been using Firefox, so I don't remember my passwords. Give me a second. Bet. Okay, cool. So my bad, guys. Dude, this your guys' cameras. All right, cool. So you go to the question mark. Now here is where the 3 steps are that you guys want to really save this to your computer. And when I'm actually trading with the Scalper, I use this actual picture to check off the steps. When CJ, shout out to CJ, he's on this call right now. When he first taught me about how to use price trap, which is a Forex strategy, he told me like, Mandi, when you're learning this, you have to have the steps in front of you and check them off before actually entering the trade. So you want to do the same thing. Here are the actual steps. They're in Spanish too. And then here's the video with Crypto Picasso. It's only 20 minutes long. I've watched this video maybe 12 times until I really understood what he was talking about. And he breaks down, you know, changing things to the line chart. Let me mute him real quick.
And even back here.
Woo. And he breaks down everything.
So for me,
how to look for the break and close of structure. And he points out everything for you guys. So you want to actually watch that after this. And it's also in Spanish for anybody who wants to see it in Spanish.
Hello, welcome everyone. This is Crypto Picasso, Master Trader Educator for Swipe.
Let me mute him so me and him are not talking at the same time.
Markets for the point where the market could potentially break out.
Crypto Picasso, you're kind of killing my vibe. Okay, my bad, guys. All right, so you want to make sure that you utilize that and you watch that video. Now, for anybody on this call that doesn't have Swipecoin, if you just got started with HFX or Forex, I urge you to add the Swipecoin app onto your package. You want to add it onto your package. It's going to help you so much. So what he explains in that video is that the 3 steps that I was telling you guys is that number 1, you want to change it from a line chart to candle. So let me show you guys how that looks live. Okay. So when you actually come here, you go to the Swipecoin Scalper, you log in. Right now it's on candles. Everybody sees that it's on candles? Okay, so when you actually will change it, you want to change it. You want to make sure you're on the 15-minute mark and you want to change it from candles to lines. Everybody sees that? If that makes sense, everybody type makes sense in the chat. If that makes sense, type makes sense in the chat. All right, bet. Easy. Now, if you see right here, this is incredible. The scalper called out a buy right here. And look at this. This is incredible. Like, it's still going. If you would have entered on this buy that it called out, it's insane. Now, obviously, not every move is going to be as impressive as this one. However, you want to make sure that you're entering at least. What I would do, guys, is even if you don't have capital right now, I would definitely do this on your demo. I would learn this on your demo. Meanwhile, you're trying to build up your portfolio. You're trying to make some money with day trading. You're trying to make some money with HFX, whatever. And you want to make sure that you are practicing. You got to practice on your demo. Now, when it's on a candle chart, I do see why it's a little bit harder for the brand new person to really spot this. But you want to get started with step 1. Just focus on step 1, switching it right from candles to lines. Now, step 2 was looking for a break in structure, right, on the chart. So you guys want to make sure that you're looking for a break in structure to enter the trade, okay, to enter the trade. It's incredibly simple, but I think when you're brand new, the hardest part for me was always just getting started, was taking the first step. That was always the most difficult. Like, I used to see it and I'm like, okay, this seems easy, but then I wouldn't take the first step so that I could actually have the result, right? I was like, okay, this seems like I could get it, but then I wouldn't take the first step, okay? Now, this is for a sell, right? The one I just showed you. You just see a break and close in structure, took a fat sell. Now, for a buy, it's gonna be the opposite. You're gonna see the exact same thing, a break and close, right? And then you're gonna go in for a buy. Now, when you guys are using Swipecoin, I just showed you how it can work on your computer. You can do everything on the app that you can do on the computer, but I prefer, like, for the beginner to really get onto your computer to learn this stuff. Watch that video of Crypto Picasso, take notes, and then start to learn the strategy and just go for it, you guys. But if you don't have Swipecoin and you're on this call right now, go get Swipecoin after this call. It's incredibly helpful. And you wanna make sure that you have a stop loss. When you're using the scalper, your stop loss wants to be 100 pips max. 100 pips max. Now, if you don't know how to calculate that because you're brand new, right, go into the DCX chat and ask, how do I calculate my risk to reward? Or go on Google, right? I think it's really funny. A lot of people will ask questions before kind of trying to redoing their research and trying to figure it out themselves. When I first got started with crypto, I was like, okay, like, how do I do things? I would ask Google, right? So just go on Google and look for a cryptocurrency calculator. CJ, I know that you use one pretty often. I'm not sure if you have it on hand, but if you could drop that in the chat, that'd be fire, so I don't have to look for it. But guys, you want to utilize this and you want to understand, thank you for dropping it. You want to understand how to really utilize the services because the services work. In fact, Swipecoin is the #1 ROI service that we have on the entire platform. What does that mean? That means that it's the highest return on your investment. So you want to make sure that you're utilizing it. Here are some do's and don'ts. #1 is calculate proper risk. CJ is going to drop in the chat a way for you to do that without having to actually calculate pips to dollars. The second thing is checking the chart, right? Setting limits, setting alerts, twin trading, taking partials, moving your stop loss. And if you're brand new and you're like, I don't even understand how to do any of that, don't worry. Just take the first step and then build upon that knowledge. The other thing is don't over leverage, right? This is a don't. Don't over leverage. If you over leverage, you're going to have panic and you're going to lose. And you're going to be like, man, I am Mastery Academy, Chris Terry, Mandi Rose, Nick Gomez, Jason Brown, scammers. No, it's not that it doesn't work. It's that you didn't work correctly. Don't over leverage. Don't take late trades. Don't enter trades without a stop loss or an alert. Don't be greedy and don't take the trade blindly. Sometimes people let their emotions. You got to realize this isn't a slot machine. If you start treating it like gambling at the casino in Las Vegas, Nevada, then you're going to lose, you guys. So get on the Go Lives and educate yourself. What I really love about the Go Lives is honestly, you guys, go to, let me get it. I had them pulled up. Go to Jason Brown's Go Lives. This is where I spend most of my time when I'm watching Jason Brown's favorited sessions. These are so simplified. The first one says the future is crypto, intro class. Watch this first. Future is crypto. He goes over like SRTs, price. He goes over really, really basics. Now, I want to ask you guys, for those people that are on this call that have been trading crypto for a while, who's your favorite educator? Drop it in the chat. Talk about your favorite educator really quick, because I know a lot of people like Nick, some people like Curtis Cobain, you know, to each its own. I feel like everybody's great. Okay, a couple people saying Cobain, Nick, Curtis, Mandi Rose, shut up, bro. I'm dead. Mike, Picasso, fire. So, you know, figure out what works for you. Figure out who you prefer. And one thing that Nick taught us that I really want to share with you guys, which is something that I was like, damn, I'm not doing this right, is you want to have a balanced portfolio. For everybody here that's really trying to long-term invest, he said that you want to have about half of your portfolio being Bitcoin, the major coins, your altcoins like XRP, Ethereum would be 40%, and then your wild card coins. Now, when he said this to me, I was like, honestly, I be jumping into the hype coins, and those are the majority of my portfolio, and that's not good. Like I jumped in Safe Moon with $1,000, and I'm gonna be real. I don't know if it's safe, and it definitely did not go to the moon. Like it definitely did not go to the moon, but either way, like we're gonna hold it. We're gonna hope, right? Ruben told me, he's like, yo, if we win, we're getting a house in Newport Beach. So I was like, all right, let's just hold it. No, I do got jokes for real, because Dogecoin too, a lot of people were in it, and then yeah, SafeCoin, I'm gonna give it time. But the thing is that the reason I say that to you guys is because that should be 10% of my portfolio, and at the time it was about 50%. I put a lot of money in it, and I was just putting a little bit of money everywhere else. So your portfolio, you want to really make sure it's balanced, and you guys also want to make sure to secure your digital assets with something with a ledger. So if you guys don't have a ledger and you're starting to put money into crypto for the long-term investment, look, put $50 a week. Put $50 a month, start building up your portfolio, and your money will grow. I put a couple $100s into Ripple at the end of the year, and it's at a couple thousand right now. And all I did is just put it somewhere, but you want to protect it, get a ledger. This is the ledger that Nick Gomez recommended. And the last thing, guys, before I'm going to bring up someone that's going to give a testimony. The last thing I want to tell you guys is if you're on the basic package, that's amazing. You know, a lot of people get started with HFX, they get started with DCX, they get started with Forex. And that's great. For me, I was balling on a budget. I couldn't even afford the regular package, let alone the elite. But you want to upgrade to elite. You want that to be your goal, because guys, not only is the elite valued at like $1,500 and you're getting it for a few hundred, but on top of that, you have access to everything, and you get to figure out what works for you. You get to figure out, yeah, it's a ledger is a place, for the person that put what is a ledger, it's a place that you could secure your digital assets so that they're safe. It's like $50 and it looks like a flash drive. Just go on Amazon, you can buy one. But you guys really want to make sure that you're upgrading to elite, or at least get the swipe point add-on onto your HFX package. I've had people that start with HFX, and the moment they go into crypto, they weren't making anything with HFX. And they get into crypto and they make hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've had people that start with Forex, and the moment they start with HFX, they've compounded their account to the thousands. So the thing is you have to figure out what works for you. And for me, I got started with Forex and it was working great. I loved it. But when I got into HFX, I was like, yo, this is a little bit more my style, until I realized that I preferred, making money in my sleep to sitting there and actually compounding. I like the risk to reward with crypto. My goal is to really mostly trade crypto, but I'm better at trading Forex and HFX. So, if you're on this call and you started with HFX, that's great, but you should want to learn about how to build up a portfolio. Guys, you came in here to be financially educated. You came in here to learn about how to get yourself to financial freedom. And I think it's crazy when someone gets started and a month later, they haven't made $100 or $1,000 and they're like, it's not for me. No, you got to come into this thing with a long-term mindset, because the person that gets into learning about this stuff right now, guys, think about in 2030, think about in 2018, think about in 2019, right? But think about in 2030, 2039, 2038. Think about when you have kids or when you have grandkids and you're like, yo, like I got into Bitcoin when it was at like 50K and now it's at like 200K, right? Think about when you're in XRP and it's up and valued at 30,000. If you really educate yourself right now and you get into these markets, you can have the result and you can make a lot of money here. So that's pretty much it for me. But before anybody hops off, I am actually going to bring up someone that has had results, right? Someone that I have a lot of respect for and someone that's been grinding with me since the moment that he got started, right? He's got 6 screens in his house and he's been able to, yield some crazy results. So, Ruben, I am going to I'm actually gonna unmute you, and it's a hardware wallet to store your crypto. And yeah, you want to just take it away and, share a little bit about yourself. It's all you. Oh, I can't unmute you. Hold on.
You hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Yo, what's good with the family? Mandi, appreciate you for getting us involved. Like without you, I wouldn't really be here. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. DCX crypto. So pretty much, yeah, it kind of aligned all this Forex for me, because when I first got started, I got started with just the regular Forex package. And shout out CJ Garmin, because he was hitting for us. He was sending them out, keeping us afloat, but I didn't really understand it. Like, I didn't understand what the price was. I knew we were trapped in the price and like trying to wait for it to get out, but I didn't understand like why, and then HFX came along and it was just, click a green button, click a red button, and that's all it was. We were catching money with that and it was all great. But then in December, they decided to tell everyone that we should invest in XRP. And what my mentor says I'm gonna do. So I put some money in XRP. That's when it was at 25 cents, I believe. I wish I would have put more, to be honest, because it's at 89 cents right now, and the most I've seen it is like at 170, and we're expecting that shit to go up to like $10, so like that's when I really realized, okay, so it's at 25 cents, and like the price is moving up to like 30 cents. It's moving down back to like 20 cents. It's not that complicated, you guys. Like it's really just price. Like you're just watching the market move in waves and you're trying to catch it down low, catch it up high, and then read the markets, So like, don't make it overcomplicated, but put the work in, because if you don't put in the work, none of this is going to matter. Like I can send you trades, Nick Gomez can send you trades, but at the end of the day, if you don't understand how it's really working, like it's not going to benefit you at all, So like, make sure you put in the work and really understand this. Testimony given my results, don't, what I eat doesn't make you shit, like you guys, I made $2,700 on a Saturday night, and like I did not sleep that night, bro. Like I was watching XRP go from 60 cents all the way to $1, like 20, and we were riding that shit to the moon, and then it knocked us out eventually, but like, but don't, what does CJ say? Pigs get slaughtered and the markets pay patience, so like, don't over leverage, y'all, because I heard something this weekend. Actually, John said it. You can be 40% accurate in trading and still be profitable. And I've seen it in my account. Like I've went like 7-4 and I'm still profitable. Like if you use proper risk, hogs eat, pigs get slaughtered. That's right. Like just, you know, take it day by day. You got to walk before you run, you know. Some of y'all crawling right now, like you got to learn this shit, you know, before you can take full advantage to it. But yeah, I mean, something I wanted to touch on too is if you have the DCX package, you get swipe coin and you get simple scalper. Like it comes with it, you know. So, and if you have HFX and you're gonna get simple scalper, you might as well just get elite because you're already paying like 225 for your package. It's like 175 plus 40. You might as well just get elite because then you have access to everything. You get to tune into everyone's go lives and then, you know, learn all of the system. But yeah, let me just give it back to Manny. You know, thanks for giving me the opportunity to speak to everyone and appreciate you.
Yo, Ruben.
Yeah.
Will you tell them about Diego real quick?
My man Diego, shit, I call him Picasso, Crypto D. Yeah, so my guy is he's close to 6 figures in his trading account, just trading XRP and Bitcoin, you know. That's when I really was like, shit, I gotta take this seriously, you know, like Diego's taking off with it. I asked him like, what are you doing? You know, and he's like, I mean, I'm just listening to Nick Gomez. I'm reading. See, you got to learn how to read patterns. Like you need to learn how to read patterns in the market, but it's not that hard. Don't overcomplicate it, you know? But,
Jeez, yeah. Appreciate you, Ruben. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everybody for hopping on this call. You know, I really just wanted to get on this call and share what I learned at the leadership event. I'm going to drop the recording into the DCX chat so that way you guys could study it. But before we get off the call, look, I want to say congratulations to everybody who's still on this call, because the people that start with you are not always the people that finish with you. At one point, we had 150 people. Right now, we have 100. Everybody on this chat, on this call right now, everybody here, I understand that you're serious. So I appreciate you guys. And, you know, I really want you to do one thing before you get off this call. I want every single person to write the word commit in the chat. And I want you to commit to going to DCX, to the strategies, and watching that video of Crypto Picasso break down the 3 steps. And I want you to commit to being here in a year. And I want you to commit to your why. And I want you to commit to, you know, never giving up, right, guys? That's the only secret between me and a lot of people, and any success that I've ever had in my life. I just didn't give up. So don't give up. Don't get discouraged. If you take an L, look, 2 L's, you got a W. You're going to learn something from it. Always learn, you never lose, right? Winners never quit, quitters never win. Guys, and I appreciate you guys for hopping on this call. I want you to watch the video, right? I want you to watch that video when you go to DCX, when you are actually on, hold on, I got another call right here. All right, when you're actually here on Swipecoin, you're gonna go to the question mark, and you're gonna watch this video of Crypto Picasso right here. That's the intention of this call. The intention of this call is to really go and study this and implement it. Don't just get on this training to get on the training. Go and utilize it and go make a bag. I appreciate you guys. Ruben, I appreciate you sharing. Eric, I appreciate you.